So in this video we're going to be making a more elite enemy that can fire lightning at the player and has more health, and they're pretty chunky, and they also self-destruct when they die. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start off by going into our assets and clicking on the enemy. Then we can drag in a pylon walker sprite. We import that without a filter. And then we're going to go into our effects, and we're going to, actually we'll drag this into our enemy. I'm going to drag in the pylon walker head electricity, and then we can go and re-import that. Then in our attacks we are going to drag in an electricity explosion and lightning ray, and then that's all our new sprites. So we're going to re-import these without a filter. I'm just going to delete these. The enemy we're making is going to be a robot, and our robots are going to be enemies that you can't possess. But they're going to be really tanky and harder to kill. So then that way what we'll do is we'll have like our main goal as a certain amount of robots to kill in a combat challenge room or whatever, and then we'll have waves of normal enemies that you can possess come in, and they'll act as like support to the robot, but also as people that you can then possess, so they give you kind of like health, similar to how Doom has their weakling enemies that are normally like one shot and you can kill them to get some health and ammo. And then they've got harder enemies, then that's kind of what we're doing here. But I have the goal is also making our basic enemies a bit of a challenge, and then making our robots just as like the focus of the combat. And we can make a new scene, and it's going to be a kinematic body 2D. Name this pylon walker, and we can save it under the enemy scene as pylon walker. Then we can create a sprite underneath it and an animation player and a collision shape 2D and an area 2D, and we'll add a collision shape to that. Then we can duplicate this, and this will be our head collision, and this will be our lightning charge hitbox. And actually, yeah, we gotta rename this not head collision but head hitbox. Call this our sprite but with lowercase s, and we'll go into our enemy folder and drag in our pylon walker. Then how many frames we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 5, 5. And now we're gonna set our head hitbox up, and we're just gonna make it fairly small. It'll be something like about this. Let me just move this up. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna make it one smaller, and that's gonna be it. So it's pretty small, but yeah, we'll actually even move it down so that's right there. You can toggle that visibility, and it will be looking for the player. Let's go into here, and we're gonna add it to group enemy. Then we'll go into our collision and set it to the enemy layer and collide with the environment. Then let's name this animator. Let's set our actual collision. I'm just going to toggle this visibility to back on, and it'll be something like this. I want to be the 0.5 bigger. Actually no, let's change this back to 4. And we'll drag this up. We'll do 6.5. And then transform Y will be negative 0.5. And yeah, our hitbox actually, we will make one bigger like this. Or let's just move it up. No, we'll just leave it how it is for now. So then we'll have the visibility of that. And now what we will do is go into our animator, make a new idle animation. Then we'll make a new def animation, which is going to be this for 0.9 seconds. And then we're going to go up and put that in. And then we'll make another animation called walking. And we can go up a frame. And we'll start at every 0.1 seconds, but that might change. Just key in these frames. Nope. We don't want this frame. So it's actually exactly 1 second. Let's have a look at this. We'll turn looping on. I believe this is a fairly good speed. I'll make it 0.08 seconds long. So we'll just drag these closer together. And change this to 0.8. And now we can do new animation and lightning charge is going to be what it's called. We'll make it 0.08 seconds. Actually, we'll rename this. No, actually, yeah, we'll leave it at this. Go up to frame 13. Keep that in. Go up. Start keying frames in. And yeah, change the duration to something like 2. And we can go back down to here. And go 14, 13, and yeah, we're just gonna drag all these forward one. And we're gonna set in the idle frame here and idle frame here. And now let's have a look at this. Yeah, we're gonna want it to loop at least once. This is the last frame, yep. Okay. So we'll get all of these and move them forward. Change it to 3 seconds. I'll actually drag all of these as well. At 0.08, we're gonna go to frame 1. And we might actually just drag all of these forward again, and then we can go back to frame 0 and I'm going to drag these forward by 1 frame and drag all of these forward by 1 frame. So we've got 2 frames between these. And then we just want to, where does this start? This frame right here. And grab all of these and go to the end here. Actually, I've got to move these far forward. But yeah, so when we go back, grab all of these, duplicate. It appears we have a double, so we'll delete that. Drag these back, and let's have a look at this. Yeah, and then we'll drag these back over here. And yeah, so we got 2.32 as the duration of this attack. Okay, and then we'll go into our collision shape 2D here, and we've got new shape, drag it into about there. And here, we'll move this down 2, and that should be pretty good. So we'll set this to collide with the player, and that's all the animations we need. Yeah, this guy does rely on other resources for how they work. So we're gonna add another sprite, and we're gonna call this head lightning. And then we're gonna add an animation player to it, and it's gonna be called head lightning player. Do a new animation, and it's gonna be default. Set it to autoplay and looping. So we'll drag our pylon walker head electricity, and I believe this is 5 by 5 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I'm gonna go 5 by 5. See what exactly happens. I'm gonna move it up. It appears to be 5 by 5. So then we'll actually want this in front here. We'll put it here. And let's go upper frame. Move it down. I don't know why these are so far apart. Unless maybe it's 5 by 4. No, it's gotta be 5 by 5. This is a little weird though. Let's go up till we reach here. This was meant to be I'm doing negative 5.5. Let's try looking through these again. We got this one block here. I don't know if I placed that by accident or not. But yeah, it's pretty weird. Okay, we'll just have to make do with this. So then I'm going to set the duration to 0.08, and then key it in at frame 0, then go to frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, change this duration to something like 3 for now, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then we're going to go back to frame 0, then we'll skip ahead to just anywhere really. Then we go to frame 16 and start keying that in. And we can reset it once we get to frame 34. And let's have a look at this. Yeah, so we'll drag these in a bit closer. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Set the duration to 3.5. Yeah, and this will be good. So then we can close this and go into our animator. And then what we want to do is go into this thing's transform our head lightning and key that in. Then in our lightning charge, we'll key in its position again. And then it's gonna head down by what, 1, 2, 3. Yep. So we'll key that in. And then go back to here, key in its position. 1, 2, 3. Key that in. And yeah, so there's our basic animations done. So let's have a look at our Jetpacker for reference. What else do we need? So we'll add in a timer, fire tick time, one shot, 0.5, add in another timer, fire particle, create delay, set it to one shot, 0.1, and our fire depth time won't matter. We will have a depth time, and we'll actually go into our animator, and go to our depth, and we'll create a new animation called dead, and we're just going to key in frame 2. Then we'll change this to 0.9, I guess. And then let's have a look again. We need attack time, which was, what was that? That was, we need a lightning charge time. That's 2.32. Lightning charge time, one shot, 2.32, and then we can add a script to this person, and I'm just going to move this up here though, and get rid of that T I accidentally put in there. So yeah, let's copy and paste the Jetpacker script into this guy, and we can get rid of the large melee and the can possess effect, get rid of the enemy mask object. We'll keep that and all of those. Crush sides we still need. Unmoving platform we need. Enemy type, we don't need an enemy type. Then health, we'll set it to something like 10 for now. We'll make it bigger later, but just for testing purposes, actually we'll change it to 9. And then, yeah, we've got attacking, we've got combat, attacking, dead. Yeah, that's all we need. So then we've got gravity, max speed, and acceleration. Can't see player, doesn't matter. Don't need these. Don't need these. Don't need this. What do we need? Is there anything really? No, I guess just fire text. So then we can delete this. Go sprite is equal to sprite. Don't need a player cast. Don't need any timers. And we can get rid of this, I guess. Then change this to, actually we don't need this at all. And we're gonna want to change this to whatever Y is normally clamped to. Let's have a look for it. Where is it? Did I not clamp Y? Let me search for a clamp. There's only one match here. What? Let's where do we set? Let's go into our clone and grab our gravity. Put it in here. We'll put it in front of our dead. And what's going on here? The identifier on ground isn't declared. So we'll go var on ground is equal to false. We'll handle that a little later. So yeah, plus equals gravity, and if motion dot y is bigger than 50, motion dot y is equal to 50. I'm also going to check and on moving platform is equal to 2 equals we need false. And I never adjusted this in the Jetpacker, which actually reminds me there's 2 things we didn't do for the Jetpacker. So we'll go into the physics process and change this to something like 5. I just want to instance in the Jetpacker to test this stuff. Yeah, so we'll drag him in here. Yeah, so there's that done. Then we also want to open our UI player health. Come to our Jetpacker, and we will copy this, and in our player health, I just want to make sure it's not too dark or something. I'll make it a little lighter. Something like this. And we can reset that, then go into our here, and we'll do elif global data.player.possessed type is equal to Jetpacker, then health points dot self modulate is equal to paste. Now we can close that, go back into our pylon walker, and I'm gonna say is smaller than 50 for now. Actually, we'll do 40. Go here. Change. We can get rid of this. Then get rid of this. And we can change this to animator.play lightning charge. Let me change this to animator.play def, and we'll check if money def time dot is stopped is equal to false, else animator dot play dead. Is there anything else we need? Just the walking. So then if motion dot x is equal to 0, tab that void, else animator dot play walking. So I'm gonna go here. Instead of mask_rate.visible is equal to false, we're gonna go money head lightning dot visible is equal to false. And get rid of both of these. And get rid of this. Get rid of these. Go into here and get rid of all of these. And this. And these two. State is equal to dead. Get rid of this. And go money head lightning dot visible is equal to false. We want to do money def time dot start on both of these. Just gonna move this here. And then we'll also do money lightning charge time dot stop, and we'll copy paste this over here. And we can delete this. I'm gonna move this up to here. And then is there anything else we need to do here? No. We can close this, and I guess we'll have a look at this. Just change it to sprite. And we'll adjust this later. Player and area we will get rid of. Get rid of that. And what else do we need? Get rid of this. Money dot lightning. Actually wait, no, we don't need this at all. So we delete both these. Delete this and this and this. And we'll group these together. Motion dot x is equal to 0. And then we're going to change this to LF money lightning charge time that is stopped, and we're going to actually add another timer and make this follow time, set it to 1 shot. And it will be 0.5 seconds long. And then we'll go into our received damage and we'll do money follow time dot stop in both of these. And back up here we'll also do and money follow time dot is stopped, then money lightning charge time dot start, and then let's start connecting these timeouts. So go this and connect follow time. And fire tick time, and fire particle, create delay, and def time. Yeah, so then we'll put all of these up here and space the fire away from it. Then and here we'll do money follow time dot start. And actually we can delete this. We don't need this for anything, so we'll disconnect the timeout as well. Then in def time, I don't know if we, oh yeah, we do need this. We can't do anything with it yet. We'll make a funk lightning attack, which we're not going to do anything with now. And let's delete the jetpacker from here and instance in the pylon walker. I just want to check that all their damage is working properly. Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, just taking a while for their acceleration to catch up, I believe. We hit them, until they break. Now I just want to test if they take fire damage properly. Hit them twice, and then we can just try and set them on fire. And yep, they do die. So that's good. Let's just open our under platforming. We'll open our broken wires, and then just gonna copy this. Which we could have done by hand, but I don't know. I'm feeling a little lazy today. So body entered for the head box, we're going to connect, and this we're also going to connect, and then yeah, it's just going to be this code, and then we'll move these, we'll actually keep them over here. Actually, I want to check and money lightning charge time dot is equal to false, and state is not equal to dead, and then we want to do the same over here. We also do and state is not equal to attacking, and then we'll go into our animator, go back to lightning charge. I just want to look at this. Yeah, that's good. So we'll hide that and close this. So then now we'll make a new scene and go, let me open our fire explosion. Roasted sprite, animator, and hitbox. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. So we'll add a sprite, and we'll call this electricity explosion. I'm not going to be consistent with naming things. Electricity and lightning is just going to be whatever I feel like doing at the moment. So then we'll add an animation player, and then we will add in an area 2D and a collision shape 2D for that area. We'll call this hitbox, and this animator. Then we'll add a nope, we will save this first under attacks. Now we can add a script to it. Delete all this. Go into here, we'll just copy paste that. It's not going to do any damage against enemies, I'm just gonna have it that all enemies are immune to lightning. So if we have lightning, there's not really any point of even doing it. Change this to electrical. I forget, did we name it electrical or electricity? Electrical. Alright. And how much chance is this gonna be? Let's say 6. No, actually, up against the player, this will do 2 damage. I was thinking about enemies for some reason. So yeah, we'll go into here, and under our attacks, we'll get electricity explosion. And drag that in. And how many frames is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Send 4 and 3. Let's just connect our hitbox actually though. So body entered, connect, automatically connects to that. Then we'll zoom in, go into our animator, grab this, and we'll make a default animation, which is going to be autoplay 0.08 time, and we'll key this in, then go forward and continue keying these in. Duration set at 0.88, and let's have a look at this. Add a call method track on it, insert key Q3, then we'll go into our hitbox, set this to be a new circle shape, and yeah, we'll be a little generous on it inwards since it's only hitting the player. So start at 6 and then go to 8 and then 10 and then 11 . We'll keep it at 11 for this. We'll make it go to 12. Then here we're going to disable it. And we'll set it to enabled at the start. So yeah, it's about a half-second gap for taking damage. And yeah, we can toggle that visibility, and I believe that's all we need. Go const electricity explosion is equal to preload electricity explosion.tscn. Then we'll go down, and on def time timeout we're gonna go var electricity explosion is equal to electricity explosion dot instance get parent dot add child electricity explosion dot global position is equal to self dot global position, and I believe that's it. So let's try killing them, seeing what happens. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now we need to get onto their main attack, and then we can start setting up their movement to work better. So we'll make a new scene, and it'll be a kinematic body 2D. I'm gonna open our bullet because it's gonna be similar to a projectile. But yeah, so it's gonna be, we're gonna add a sprite into it, and then we're gonna add an animation player, and gonna need a collision shape 2D, an area 2D, and a collision shape for that, and I believe that's all we need. Go ahead and make this super small, and then we'll also add a timer, which is gonna be our delete delay. and we'll make it something like 10 seconds. Then we can do this as a lightning ray, and we'll save it under attacks. And this to lowercase sprites, and this to animator. And in our sprite, I'm gonna drag in our lightning ray. And how many frames do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 V-frames. I'm just gonna toggle this visibility. And then now what we're gonna do is set repeat to enabled, re-import it. And we'll do, how big is this? It's something like, I believe it's 12 wide and 18 high by default. Let's try 12 and 18. Nope. 12, 18. Why is that so small, the height? Like it's a full 18. Only goes up by a couple. Let's try something like 20. 30. It's not really doing anything. I'm just gonna reset this. What is up with its transform? Let's reset that. Scale. Yeah, it should be 18 high, 12 wide. Seems kind of weird. Let's reset the V-frames, because maybe it's not working because of that. I'll set this to 12 and 18. Then what happens if I change this to 18? Goes up a frame. Okay, and yeah, we're not going to be changing this around, so we're going to have to change our frames by this. Oh, that's going to be painful. Unless I can do 18 times, how many frames do we have? 8, and then I set our H frames to, no, our V frames to 8. Does that work? It does. Okay, that's good. Let me drag this out a bit just so I can see what this is. So 144 by default. That's a little, yeah. I think we're only adjusting this though, right? Yeah. And we'll change this back to 12 for now. And then we can close this and go into our animator, new animation default. It's going to be set to autoplay. Go into our sprites and can I not? Yeah, animation. Key in frame 1, let's set the duration 0.08. Go up a frame until we reach 7. 0.64 for the duration. Set it to looping. And yeah, let's try. I just want to see what it looks like expanded to something like 50. Yeah, it's not my best animation, but I think it'll work. I'm just going to stop this and you can close this stuff. Change this to hitbox. Set our collision shape to be, let's say this, and then we'll hide it. Okay, and now comes the complicated part that might take some trial and error. So if you want to just skip to like the end of where this is, I don't know where that'll be, then I'll have like a section where I'll just show the code that ended up being the right code. So I'll add a script and delete all this stuff. Set this to collide with the player, and we'll do body entered. Then if body dot is in group player, then body dot receive damage 1 electrical. Then we'll do func physics process, and let's put in update length. And we're going to make a var length variable, which is going to be equal to 12 by default. We'll go func update length. Then we're going to do sprite.region rect. What did we do this in? We did it in the player's aiming stuff, so I just want to have a look at that for reference. Where is our aim? Okay. I thought it was just called aim, but I guess not. So .regionRect.size.y .regionRect.size.y. Sprite isn't declared. Oh, that's why. Okay. So that is going to be equal to length. Then money hitbox dot scale dot x is equal to length divided by 12.0, because it's by default it's 12 long. So we're dividing, but we're setting this each precise pixel to it. So then we're just going to divide this by 12 and we get the same result. Let's connect delete delays timeout, and we'll do q3. And what I want to do is if length is smaller than, let's say, let me have a look, what's our screen size? So width is 160, that's the max it needs to be. So we'll do if length is smaller than 180 for safety. Actually, we'll go 200. Then length plus equals 1 for now. And then what do we want to do? And elif, we're going to make var started moving is equal to false, so then elif started moving is equal to false, so then length would then be bigger than or equal to 200. Then started moving is equal to true. Then if started moving is equal to true, we're going to go pass now. We're going to go var motion is equal to vector 2 0 0. Var direction is equal to vector2, 0, 0. And then var speed is equal to, let's say, 200. So then motion is equal to direction times speed times delta times 10. When we do else, motion is equal to vector2, 0, 0. Then we'll do in here, we'll do at the end of this actually, we'll go motion is equal to move and slide motion vector2, 0, 0. And then what else do we need to do? We need to go in here. Money sprite dot rotation is equal to direction dot angle. Money hitbox dot rotation is equal to direction dot angle. I don't know if we'll need to do plus 90 or whatever. Okay, so now let's just go into our pylon walker, and I'm gonna change this to something like smaller than 300, so then we're always gonna trigger our lightning charge time. And we'll comment this out for now, and let's go up and do const lightning array is equal to preload lightning array.tscn. Go down here and var lightning array is equal to lightning array dot instance get parent dot add child lightning array lightning array dot global position equal to self dot global position lightning array dot direction is equal to global to local global data dot player dot global position dot normalize. And then we're actually gonna go we're gonna copy this, control Xing it so it's cut, and we'll do pass for now, and we'll put it in here, and we'll go if global data dot player is not equal to null. Then we'll just push this stuff forward. We can go into our animator and right up here for now. I'm gonna add a call method track, and we'll go insert key lightning attack. And yeah, let's figure out what happens. They don't appear to be doing anything, so if it's smaller than 300, we do print high. It's because we never do let's change this back to 300, and we'll do state is equal to attacking, and not two equals, just one equal. And then here we can do state is equal to combat. Which I figured would work, but I guess not. high. Stone dry output. It's not being cold. Change this to something like 1. I don't even know. Whoa, that's not good. That's probably because I'm adjusting the Y and not the X for starters. Yeah, so pretty messy. That is bigger than, yeah, I wanted this to be bigger than 30. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and delete this high. And now what do we need to do? We need to make this work better. So then, money sprite dot position dot x is equal to length divided by 2.0. Let's disable this collision shape now. Seems like it's mostly working, it's just going the opposite way. Let's make this negative length divided by 2.0. We go over here, nope, it still goes over there. I'm just gonna put past here because I wanna. Let's get it expanding right, and then we'll get the motion. Why is it moving? It's not. Let's comment this out. That way it will know that it's definitely not to do with motion. Yeah. Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to the position.x. This is probably wrong. We need it to be position is equal to direction times length divided by 2.0. Let's try this out. Oh, it's kind of working. And if I disabled this, I did, yet it's still damaging us. We'll just do pass. I forgot to comment this out. Control K will comment things, and it can also uncomment things that are commented. So yeah, this could expand faster. That's not a problem for now though. And when it said delete auto start as well, then we'll start doing this. So delete this and figure this stuff out. Got stuck on us. That's because we haven't set the collision to not collide with anything. Yeah, so we're actually going to change this down to 165. Yeah, so now we just need to have things happen faster from the looks of it. And then we could definitely use some more effects because it looks very choppy. But that'll be later. So, I'll do the same thing with our hitbox. No, not this. Here, the hitbox. I'm just gonna put this up here. Then with some visible collision shapes that you make this visible. I want to make sure it's got the right collision. It appears to have the right collision. So then we can hide this and set visible collision shapes to false again. Let's start making things work better, so we'll change this to something like 5. Actually, we'll want this to be based on delta, so we'll pass in delta here. We'll do times delta times 10. We can go ahead and double this for now. I think it can be a bit faster. Let's try 15. Then I'm going to increase speed to 500 for now. Speed can be increased all the way to 1000 actually. I think we will want it to expand slightly faster over here, so change this to 20. And hopefully we've got a good number now. Yeah, this is getting pretty good. Yeah, okay, so now what we're gonna do is drag in the electrical charge effect. Then we can re-import that without a filter. And then in our pylon walker, we can add another sprite. And this will be our electric charge sprite, and we're gonna add its own animator. Did I? Yeah. Okay, so electric charge animator. Do new. Default autoplay looping. Then we'll drag this in, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames. So zoom in and just go into our animator and move it down to here. And so we're gonna move this down 1, 2, 3 frames, yeah. So not frames, just positions. And now what we can do is go in here, 0.08, and start queuing these frames in. Change duration to 0.8. So look at that. It's pretty good. Okay, so now we can just toggle that to invisible, and then in our animate, by default we want to set our money electric charge visible is equal to false, and just copy this, and in our attacking we'll go true. And you can move that up by 1 actually. So now let's have a look at this. Yeah, it makes that. It just hides the base of that a bit better. I probably should have made it a little bigger, but I think it'll be fine. So now what we need to do is add particles to that. And to do that, what we're going to do is add in a new scene, and I'm just going to close this bullet. I'm going to go other node, sprite, and then we will add a timer. 2 timers actually. We'll call delete delay. It's going to be 2 seconds, and it's going to be 0.5, and this is going to be change direction delay, and we'll actually change this to 1 and this to 0.2, and we can save it under effects. Actually, we haven't given it a name yet. We're going to call it electricity particle. That's not spelled right. Okay, so now we can save it under effects as electricity particle, and we also want to drag in electricity particle, and we import that without a filter. Drag it in here, and then we are just going to add a script to this. The func process, and we're going to go var speed var direction is equal to vector2 0 0. Then we're going to go self dot global position plus equals speed times direction, and speed is going to be equal to 0.5 for now. We'll do 0.1. Then we're going to make func randomize direction, and do randomize, and then direction dot x is equal to randy percent 100 minus 50, and then direction dot y is equal to randy 100 minus 50, and we'll put a randomize in front of this, and then direction is equal to direction dot normalize. Okay, then we'll close both of these. We'll do func ready randomize direction. Then we're going to set this to auto start and turn off one shot actually. Then this to auto start as well. We'll connect this timeout, and then we'll connect this timeout. And here we're going to do randomize direction, and here we're going to do self.qfree. So let's instance this into our level 1 electricity particle, and yeah, we're just going to be able to observe it a little. It could be faster. Change it to 0.5. Let's change this to 0.3. I might change this to something like 1. It's a little much. Let's change it back to 0.5. I feel like it should be a little faster, 0.7 maybe. And I'm just gonna lower this to 0.1. And then now what we can do is in our lightning ray, lower all of these, then we go const up here, const electricity particle is equal to preload electricity particle.tscn. Then every frame we're gonna go var electricity particle is equal to electricity particle dot instance get parent dot add child electricity particle electricity particle dot global position is equal to self dot global position. And then what we're going to do is var x random x, we're just going to say, is equal to randy random offset is equal to randy percent length minus length divided by 2.0, and electricity particle dot global position plus equals random offset times direction, and we'll do randomize here, and hopefully this works great. I'm actually going to block this behind the time though, so I'm going to do electricity particle create delay auto start 0.05 now, connect a timeout to it, and we'll cut this and put it down here. Because this is auto start and not one shot yet. Yeah. Let's have a look at this. Error. Int and float being operated at. Okay, let's just do length, and then we'll do random offset minus equals length divided by 2.0. Try this again. Still an error. Int and float and upgrade that. Let's print length. I'm not sure if the problem is because it's a float. 22 point. Why is it this? It's making. Can I do int length. Yeah. Now the problem is also spawning back here, which maybe let's try plus equals. Seems like they're spawning ahead though. Well, are they spawning on this or what? Yeah, it doesn't look like they're ever spawning outside of it, which is good. What we're gonna do is just remake var electric particles to make is equal to 5, and then while electric particles to make is bigger than 0, electric particles to make minus equals 1. And do this, so this should make 5 of these all the time. Let me relaunch this. I think they're moving too far away from this, and that might be able to be fixed if we make this less and speed to something like 0.6. I'm also going to want to lower the delete delay to something like 0.8, let's say. I'll just bring you over here. It seems to be better. Not entirely happy with it still though. It's pretty good though. Maybe I'm just being a little perfectionist, but yeah. So now we can go ahead and set it so that this actually damages the player again. So do Control K, delete this pass, and now we'll go up to the pylon walker. And we'll want to adjust this distance to something like 50. Okay, how close are they? That's yeah, so they need to be fairly close. I think I might make it a bit longer though, so I'm just going to this and get rid of that print function that's in here, I believe. Yep, we'll delete that. And then we can close this. Then we'll up this to something like 70 for now. We'll lower that to 60. I think that'll be good. Yeah, that's a decent distance in my opinion. From here, I'm just gonna make this into a more open room. Put this here, delete that, and all this, put this here, And we can move these people up. Delete this. So I'm gonna open our lightning ray, and I want to make it so that its speed is a little faster. Change this to 25. Let's have a look at it. I think we'll definitely need a sound cue for right before it fires this attack. I might put in a warning actually. How long is that? Our attack indicator. It lasts for 0.8 seconds. So yeah, I'll do that. So we'll go into a pylon walker script and we'll do const attack indicator is equal to preload attack indicator.tscn, and let's do this. I want to make it that they can't just spam this. Oh my. Yeah, so then we'll go into our physics process. So if that or money follow time that is stopped is equal to false, and we're gonna move. Then we need to do func attack warning for attack indicator is equal to attack indicator dot instance get parent dot add child attack indicator dot global position is equal to self dot global position plus vector 200. I just want to check how high we need this. We need this to be -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. Haven't started that yet. So we're gonna go into our animator and lightning charge. Then we want to go 0.8 is when we want to start this, so about here. We'll do 0.4. We'll increase this to 1.2. So in here we'll do insert key attack warning, and let's have a look at this. So we're gonna get one lower. Yeah, it's a pretty thick attack, so I'm actually gonna go into here and make this the Y 1.5. Actually, I'll just make it 1 because it's a little hard to dodge at the moment, which could be fine. But if we want to pair this person with other enemies, we generally want all the attacks to be fairly easy to dodge, and then it's more just about being consistent with that. So we'll close this, go into our pylon walker, let's go into script and change this to -6. Let's try that again. So I'm just going to increase our follow time to to 1 for now. We'll see how that works. So then close this, and I think I'll go into our def, and then we'll go into our sprite, reset it to frame 0. Let's grab these, duplicate to see how that consistently works. I think I want this to last for 2 seconds, and then we'll flash it back. So we'll grab that, go ahead, duplicate it, and I'm just going to delete this key, and let's have a look at this. Yeah, that's a bit better. We might make some shrapnel effects later. I feel like this video's gone on for pretty long though. I'll probably do that when I do more blood effects as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna increase the health a bit to something like 15. How many hits would that take? 5? Yeah. Let me just... It's still pretty hard to dodge. I gotta go back into this and decrease the length increasing. Just because it's... Even though it looks good, it's too hard to dodge. Yeah, so just want to try fighting them a couple times, see if there's any adjustments we need to make. I want to give them more health though, so they actually they take a while to kill. I'm thinking something like 30 health, so you have to hit them 10 times. Oh. Yeah, they're actually pretty fun to fight as well. Oh, I messed up. Yep, messed up again. Huh. No. Yeah, I think I'll lower their head collision because that seems to be the main thing that's feeling a little unfair. I'll move it down to here. Hopefully 1 is enough to make it consistent enough. Yeah, so could use a little more time on the def. Change it to something like 1.5. I'm going to my animator, change this to 1.4 or 1.5, and we'll drag this all the way here. And then just get these, 2 frames, duplicate, and then now we can just duplicate this frame. And yeah, now let's try fighting them one more time, and that should be it. Yeah, alright, that gives us enough time. Yeah, so there's this enemy done for now, at least. And yeah, they add more variety to the gameplay. They're fairly tough. They're definitely interesting to add to our group of enemies, and their lightning can shoot through platforms too, which is good because we can make sure that the player can't hide from them. Yeah, that's it for this video. So if you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I don't know what I'll be doing in the next video. I might be making another elite enemy, I might not. I might be making a common enemy, I might not even be making enemies. I'll find out when I get there. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.